Welcome to our August detour of Battle Row Properties. I'm Jackson Osborne with the Bluegrass Trust for Historic Preservation, and we are so glad to have you join us today as we do our special adaptive reuse detour here on North Limestone. Fun fact about the property that we're exploring today, it actually received the 2023 Clyde Carpenter Adaptive Reuse Award, and Clyde Carpenter actually got to see the project come to its finish, which is very special as we lost him last year. One thing that I want to say before I turn it over to Darren, who managed the whole project and has his office space in here, is first big thanks to Gibson Thomas, Trek Advantage, Isabel Ladd Interiors, the Fayette Alliance, and Money Management for having us in here. MortgageWatch. I don't have that much money to know. Mine is just watch. One thing I'd like to do before turning it over to him that's a little bit BGT housekeeping is introducing our new Bluegrass Trust team member, Zach Leonard, over there. Zach's been with us for about 3 weeks. We're thrilled to have him. He's moving light years with us. So if you have any Bluegrass Trust questions from now on, just go to Zach. And with that, I'll turn it over to Darren, who's going to tell us about the property.
Great. Well, thank you all for coming. I really appreciate your interest in this building. I think the detour is really great. And I thank the Trust and Jackson for spearheading that and for asking us to be on it. It's really exciting for us to be able to show you this building that we worked on. We bought this building in 2018. Our company is actually called Battle Row Properties because this section of North Limestone in the 1820 census was called Battle Row due to the prevalence of street fights that would take place here. To what level, we don't know, but clearly enough, they thought enough to actually call it that. So we just decided to kind of adopt that for our company and for this kind of section of the street for the building, and that's actually the formal LLC. So that's where the name comes from, if anybody's wondering. But we bought this building in 2018, and we started working on it, and we started really assessing the whole thing, every piece of it, what was valuable, what wasn't valuable, and we kind of peeled it apart layer by layer to kind of figure out what we were going to keep and what we weren't going to keep. And it turns out there was a lot to not keep, but a lot of really good stuff to keep, and you'll see that when we go inside. But as you can see, and this is a really good spot to start, is we kind of have a breadth of the whole building. One of the things about this building when we bought it is that there was a lot more site than we were told was available when we bought it. I actually got the survey from the gentleman who did the survey, and we had another 50, 60 feet, something like that to the back that we wasn't advertised as part of the structure. So we started to reassess differently how we were going to develop it and think about it. And what was really nice is the way the building is zoned, you can actually build up through pins. So we tried to maximize the site and really get a level of density that wasn't here before. You'll see some before and after pictures when we go upstairs. You'll be able to understand what was and obviously what is. But when we started this in 2018, Brooks and I had both done projects for ourselves, our own residences. I've done preservation projects for 20 years in Central Kentucky for other people. I had never done a project like this for myself. If any of you have undertaken this, it's a hard piece when you're doing it for yourself. And Brooks and I and our wives and another partner, Martin Hamilton, did this project during COVID, which was not easy. The worst part about it is that the bank didn't really believe in what we were doing. That's the hard part. But we made it. We got it done. It took a little longer, but here it is. And so the theory behind this building is that this is the original section. It was built in 1820. There's an L that goes behind that was added on over periods of time. We're not exactly sure when, but around that time, that kind of feeds in behind us. And you'll see that when you go upstairs. This was the original section that was built in 1820, and it obviously served as what we think was a commercial structure. I think it had offices. I think that there was possibly small living quarters upstairs, but every picture we have dating from 1920 up, we have a commercial storefront on this building, and you'll see that. Actually, Gino's formal wear that you may or may not know from Lexington actually started this building. We have a picture from them from the early 70s. The picture from 1920 actually shows a commercial storefront. So we tried to use those images to craft how the front of the building was going to look, keeping obviously the upstairs windows as what we can tell from the pictures. But then really from this section back is striking a new line. We're trying to get a language that's a little bit different, slightly industrial. We went back and forth with different materials. Obviously budget comes into play, but aesthetics, we wanted this to be markedly different. We wanted to register a division between old and new and kind of start fresh with an idea you about these spaces. And you'll see when we get inside the difference in these spaces, how they work versus the spaces that we love to crafted in the old sections of the building and the spaces that we made in the new portions. It's all office, as Jackson mentioned before. We've got Isabel Ladd Interiors, kind of our anchor tenant on the first floor. I say Isabel's here for any question about her space. Who waited very long and believed in this project from before anybody probably could have seen what to believe in. So really, really thank you for that. And then we have Fayette Alliance in the first floor in the back. We have MortgageWatch upstairs. We have Trek Advancement, which is Brooks and Holloway Kelly, and then my firm Gibson Architecture and Design on the second floor. So all the tenants were actually kind of secured before we finished the building, which is really great. And it kind of we were able to kind of go to the bank and say, we've got a viable solution. The way it works. Again, we really tried to maximize the site. We tried to get as much density as we could. We had struggles with the city in building this project, and that their view is this could be developed. And so this is an entire firewall all the way across there. We have spent an exorbitant amount of money on fire shutters and other things that make these fire-rated walls so that we can build as close as we could up to the wall.
But we were also originally going to put windows in this section too.
That's right.
It didn't include because of the fire.
Yeah. Well, we needed to maximize that space, so we weren't able to do that. So that's a little bit just about the history of the building and how we came across it. We'll walk through it, and I'll talk to you guys through some spaces as we go through, and you'll be able to kind of see, obviously, the old spaces versus the new spaces, kind of how they work, even within themselves differently from the new spaces that we've done below our individual offices, and then we have an open studio upstairs. You can kind of see how that works. Does anybody have any big overarching questions for me?
I know that you want to do these after hour. We haven't done one of those in a while. George is a place to get this.
That is another great adaptive reuse project. We worked on that briefly with Amy and Javier Alonso. Obviously, many of you know that as George's Deli over the years. So now it's George's Bar. All the drinks are named after George's, and it's a really nice spot. But we actually renovated that building with them and did a lot of work to get that building up to service with an elevator and some other things. And that's a really great adaptive reuse project for us. But yeah.
So do these facades not have windows for the same reason that this does not have a window?
In theory, I would think that would be the case. Now, the pictures I have of the buildings that were here originally, these were actually really low-slung buildings.
Where we're standing now?
And that was built in 1920. I have a picture from 1952 that was taken on top of the hotel that was on that corner looking this way that shows these parking lots. And there was actually a little hut right here where they took this payment or whatever. So 1920, there were buildings here in 1952, so sometime in there.
There used to be a grocery store on the side of the parking lots.
Yeah, there was a really, really good A&E there. It was fantastic for that. Any other questions? Let's go ahead and decide. Isabel, I thought we'd start with your space and kind of filter through, and then we'll go on. Okay.
All right.
Great.
Lead the way.
I will lead the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you.
Most everybody here, and then I'll kind of walk through and make our way in.
Cozy right up here.
We'll let everybody kind of come in, and I can move back in here, and I'll talk, and then I'll kind of guide everybody out, and we'll make our way through Isabel's space and out into kind of the hall, and then we can reconvene out that way. Feel free to filter in. It's a packed house, that's right. I'll kind of start talking as everybody filters in. So this space that we're in is obviously Isabel's beautiful space, her office and sort of showroom and how she presents her space and her ideas. This was kind of obviously the front of the building. It actually comes back to here. So this was the original section that you're in. You can see the fireplace element that was there. We decided to obviously expose the brick on the side. That wall was actually moved over about 2 feet that way, and so we had a really bad stair and some other things. So we actually kind of right-sized that for the hallway, so that wall's not original, but allowing this to create kind of a storefront, kind of retail space. And then this flows back into the infill addition, and you'll see on this wall over here as we come through, there's a brick wall that kind of presents itself that had just been eroded over time. We tried to keep as much of this as we could to kind of give you kind of a feel of where the old building was and kind of the remnants of that. So as we work our way through, I'll kind of walk slowly, and we'll go back there and we'll kind of peel through the hall. But this was an addition space, and again, Isabel has extension of her space through here. So original portion of the building, 2 stories. This is the infill section. It's also 2 stories. And we'll have the original L over here. So we'll kind of make our way through the hall. That's right. Mm-hmm. Here's that brick wall I was talking about. We had to add steel to reinforce. This was all really terrible shape.
It's okay.
So we have a whole steel superstructure that supports the building all the way up. That's right. If you're coming upstairs or in the back, you come in through that door. That's kind of our main hallway door that peels you in. And Isabel's obviously space has kind of the sort of retail front.
Oh my goodness.
We'll do that.
Wow. I'm so glad you left that exposed.
Yes, and that you'll see upstairs how it drops. It's a whole. There's a level. We're very on a level change.
Somebody tagged the building, and we decided to leave.
Yeah, that's cool. That's character.
That's right.
It's like some kind of blood.
You'll have to look at the powder rooms that Isabel has put her.
Yeah, so every powder room's different. Isabel's designed all 4 of them differently to kind of give them a feel and make them unique. Obviously, they're simple spaces, but it's kind of nice to have them.
These were 2 original houses next to each other.
Well, that front section, it'll be really evident when we go upstairs. I'll be able to show you kind of the progression of this. So this was kind of the L shape, and what you're seeing is, if you look here, you see the back of this brick right
Oh my
here?
goodness.
This was the L shape that went back to the front section. So it was the front building in an L, probably at some point a sleeping porch or something on the
Excuse
side.
me.
Again, not 100% sure what happened after it was initially a commercial structure. We don't know where it went from there.
Sorry.
That's kind of the progression.
Oh, boy.
This is sort of the back of the L, and then we infilled that section, as you can see there, all the way up to kind of the front.
Oh my.
Yeah, it stopped here, right here. And there were some really terrible additions that we put on over the years. I've got pictures of those upstairs. You'll see them, and they were all just like from the 50s and 60s, and just really bad, and they were all falling down. So, like I said before, we assessed all that and peeled layers back. We had a giant cistern right here that cost us $20,000 in flowable fill concrete to fill up because it was just a huge sinkhole, basically. So you just never know what you're going to uncover. But this was all additions, and I'll be able to show you that when we go upstairs. You'll be able to see that. Okay. And so this is the back of that original structure. As we go through, everything from here back is new. We did, slab on grade. We stacked restrooms up here. As some of y'all heard, Isabel did a great job doing each restroom on both floors is different, just to kind of give them a little bit of flair. And then as we move back, we have our first suite back here on the first floor. This is Fayette Alliance's space that they've occupied here in the building. And someone tagged our building during construction behind it, so we just left it. So there it is. And you'll see the difference between this and upstairs, where we have our studio. Ours is all one big open space, and they really needed, private offices for their purposes. Yeah. We did a lot of it. Not having to rebuild it, but we had to point it on the inside. Yeah.
So there's a door at the end of the hall that's kind of the main entrance to the building. You can see it right down there. And then they have a side entrance, and then they have a back door entrance as well that comes into a stairwell. But that's kind of their project. But if they're receiving visitors, they come through that front door at the end of the hall.
So they were over on Jefferson Street, upstairs in those house there. Close to Stella's Deli. So maybe just their second space. I'm not sure.
So this is Fayette Alliance space. You know, some of the folks are working through.
Excuse me.
They really wanted individual spaces to have. It's obviously kind of a big room and kind of, you know, break rooms,
Excuse me, Kathy.
workspaces. But this is all the new construction portion of the building.
I'm right here with you guys.
And there's a stairwell in the back that serves as just a really a fire stair.
Yeah.
They're all different. The reason we chose the structural system, and you'll see this in action upstairs, is we did all these bar joists all the way across with a concrete floor upstairs as well, so that we could span the whole space. So if somebody wanted to have this all open, which we do upstairs, they could. Down here again, they wanted offices, so we divided it up for them. But we did that so we had kind of a clear span, you know, flexibility for people to come and do whatever they wanted to do in here. We didn't quite know who would occupy this space when we designed it, so we left it flexible.
And it really is sort of set up where if they left and wanted to do something different, we could take all of this out. You know,
Yeah.
Really easily.
Yeah, just to be able to have some flexibility.
Two stories, two blocks down, 177 again. No, it's not.
So what we'll do is we'll go back through the hall, we'll go down there, and then we'll go upstairs into the kind of the main hall upstairs and be able to see the three suites up there.
Tracy Gilbert on me.
So the stairs that we had were not to code and were in terrible shape, and there was actually a wall about right here, and there was a door about right here, and you came in and you couldn't use it at all. So we made this a little wider, we made a much more generous staircase. We organized the door on the outside to line up with windows and kind of reorganize the facade. Again, trying to look back at pictures we had, but that was really the main driver of it.
This is really nice. Oh, wow. This is cool.
Oh, yeah. You know, this is really.
I'll tell you exactly who's everybody here. So the section that we're in right now, which is basically this brick wall here, here, and watch your all step right here. This does step down. This brick wall to that brick wall. This is the L back of the original section. That was the front part of the building, and you can see where the brick lines change, right? The top of the stairs is one line. Right here, and this is another line. You can see there used to be a chimney here that basically fell in on itself, and then that's the remaining section. The floor dips down here for what reason we're not 100% sure. It had a price tag that was not palatable, so it stays as it lays. But watch yourselves coming down, and then it steps back up, and we'll show you that here in a minute. But we opened this all up. There were 4 apartments up here, 5 apartments up here. When we were, and I've got a bunch of before and after pictures rolling up here, so you're welcome as we walk through and after to be able to look at this and just see some before and after. If there's any space you want to see, I'm happy to pull that up. But we left the front section all open. That was, again, like 4 rooms up there. And then this is, again, the second story of that infill section. So Isabel's space is below the front and that, and this portion. So we just stacked this up. MortgageWatch occupies the front room, and it's all open. Welcome to go in there. Truck Advancement is in here, in this center space. This is a common conference room. And then Gibson, Taylor, Thompson, we're in the back, and we'll go back there in a minute. But we tried to leave this as exposed as we could. There were, ceilings through here, and just really, really rough. But all of the wood is original. It's all poplar. It was all here. All these doors are made from all the wood that we found up in the rafters. You can see how wide it is. We pulled it all down, and the guy who did the floors, Gary Fletcher, who's a great craftsman, he built all these for us, and that one too. We just tried to use a lot of that, and he took it and used some other stuff after we were done. So you can kind of set it filter through up into there. Feel free to pop in here, and then the conference room, and then we can go to the back.
And please watch your steps.
Yeah. Stand here and like wave a little.
This is absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. I was very proud.
Am I coming over your head there?
A lot more original plan and really because of my
Floors like that.
Oh, they're beautiful.
You're fine. You want to get your.
I know we need a yellow tape or something.
I can't tell you how many times I've got to be here.
Oh, more bathrooms.
It's still too little. You have to spend the night. So we wait a couple of weeks. He'll be up the way. And the only place you can have fun is at the UK. Hardly in. But I said, the surgeon said, you can't take long. You just go in and check the other side, make sure everything's that nice.
I know. They're all great.
They finally said, oh, he's in recovery. The other one. The laparoscopic camera is now functioning.
Yeah, the river.
Some folks will remember this.
That is the one that's built on the very front.
Thank you.
So bring your dog to work day?
I do.
Yeah.
Good. How would you do it?
We saw you at plays. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you okay. I appreciate it. The windows got a lot of preservation by the glass, stuff that's been torn down,
I've been in my house 32 years. I'm not going into the truck.
There's 13 units.
Oh, wow.
Where do you put yourself?
Excuse me.
My partner's nested here, then everybody else is back there. Yeah, we run it like a studio. Everybody's an open workspace.
And you all do mostly historic restoration?
No, we do a little bit of historic restoration. We do a lot of restoration. Mostly customer. But it's new construction additions, renovations. But we do commercial. For anybody who new to Clyde Park here, this is Clyde's living room. Represented here. So.
Really?
Yep. That's it. Yeah. Yep.
And this is him here?
That's fine. Yeah. He's always with us.
That's very, very nice tribute.
Yeah, he's always here. So.
And fitting.
Well, he's a big part of all of us in the studio, just our trajectory. And...
Yeah.
So do you own the park?
No, we don't.
I don't miss it at all.
Yeah, I know some people.
Yeah.
Hear about this?
The light in here is fantastic.
Yeah, sometimes during the day it's a little bit bright, but not nothing with shade.
This is Clyde Carpenter's living room. Picked up and moved here. Cool.
There you go. Oh, that's how they
And so fitting for the space.
such as he was. No. Fortunately, in the 1980s, and it was really hard. Yes. Yes, indeed. Well, not great. No.
I specifically wanted to find the Christopher Guest sculpture with his name is Gusto Indian because the center.
I love the rocking chair. in Lexington, Kentucky. Thank you all for joining us. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.